Can we start the program?
Yes, ma'am. Charu will start the.
Please start the program.
Yes.
Very good morning to one and all. Creativity is thinking up new things. Innovation is doing new things. It is my pleasure to invite you all for Impact Lecture on Embracing Change with Innovation. A day without prayer is a day without blessings, and a life without prayer is a life without power. May I now call upon our student, Ms. Sashireka, to render the prayer song to get the blessings from the Almighty.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुद्धां ब्रह्मविचारसार परमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनी वीणा पुस्तकधारिणी अभयदा जाड्यान्धकारापहा हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिका जडदधीं पद्मासने संस्थिता वन्दे तं परदेवता भगवती बुद्धिप्रदा शारदा.
Thank you, Sashireka. This person has always been a pillar of support in all the endeavors of Institutions Innovation Council of our college. She has been supporting and monitoring the students in enhancing their entrepreneurial skills. She is none other than our beloved Principal Madam. May I now request Dr. R. Shanti, Principal, Anna Adarsh College for Women, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Charamati. Good morning to one and all. First and foremost, I wish to thank Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell for having given Anna Adarsh College for Women, Chennai, an opportunity to be a part of this Impact Lecture series. A genuine smile of welcome can take a bad day into a good one. With that quote, I extend a very warm welcome on behalf of the management, Punjab Association, and the Institution Innovation Council of Anna Adarsh College for Women to the guest speaker, IIC, facilitators, professors, and students in attendance. My best wishes to today's eminent speaker, Mrs. Archana Stalin, social entrepreneur and founder of My Harvest Farm. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining today's virtual meet after accepting our invitation. The topic of today's lecture is on embracing change with innovation. There will be other concerns to address too. I hope that this impact lecture enlightens us all and helps us with solutions to the problems of the future. Looking forward for more information on this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all the participants to unmute their video to take photograph.
Charu ma'am, kindly stop presenting, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. An able leader who keeps inspiring in every initiative of Institutions Innovation Council of our college is our Vice Principal Madam. I request Dr. Anita Raman, Vice Principal, Dean Academics, and President IIC, Anna Adarsh College for Women, to introduce our chief guest.
Good morning to one and all. At the outset, as the President IIC of Adarsh College, I take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, MIC, for having selected Adarsh College for Women, South Zone, Chennai, to organize Impact Lecture Series. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker for today's Impact Lecture on Embracing Change with Innovation, Ms. Archana Stalin, founder of My Harvest Farm. Ms. Archana Stalin is an engineer turned farmer and social entrepreneur. She started My Harvest Farms, a farm-to-home service that enables people to experience farming and receive direct farm-grown vegetable delivery to their homes. Since 2018, Ms. Archana's My Harvest Farms venture has had a beneficial influence on the livelihoods of over 140 rural farmers and enabled over 3,000 families to enjoy chemical-free, healthy, and sustainable food. Her greatest satisfaction is from the fact that she has built a community of families and farmers who aim to provide everyone with access to safe food and to live in harmony with nature. Prior to entering My Harvest Farm, she was the marketing director at Naturals, India's largest salon chain. Since 2012, when she decided to pursue entrepreneurship, she has been an active contributor to the startup ecosystem. Ms. Archana played a vital role in the Native Lead Foundation, a platform for entrepreneurs in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and helped establish NAN, that is Native Angels Network. Ms. Archana is an Acumen Fellow of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Graduate and SLP Fellow, a Jagriti Yatri, and one of the Action for India AFI Forum's top 100 change makers. Ms. Archana has planted and is carrying out for over 8,000 trees through her organization, Buds Trust, which focuses on the preservation of native trees and palm varieties. She has restored 8 ponds in the district of Virudhunagar and has organized awareness campaigns for developing food forests and protecting biodiversity. She delivers lectures on issues such as organic farming, entrepreneurship, and women's empowerment. She also teaches at a few schools where she encourages youngsters to be environmentally conscious, cultivate their own food, and promote a nature based curriculum. Her vision is to make the planet greener and healthier. Numerous honors have been showered upon her, but what motivates her most is the delight of recovering agriculture and generating talented young farmers, so enhancing rural livelihoods. Ms. Archana has been acknowledged as a speaker by TEDx, INK Talks, and Josh Talks. Let us welcome Ms. Archana Stalin for a wonderful session on embracing change with innovation. It is so good to have you here, and thank you so much for joining us today. Looking forward to your ideas. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I request our chief guest, Ms. Archana Stalin, social entrepreneur, founder of My Harvest Farm, to deliver her address.
Ma'am, you are not audible, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's not audible, ma'am. Jennifer? Jennifer?
Yes, ma'am. I've informed, ma'am. I think she'll
Yes,
join
thank
again,
you.
ma'am. I think some technical issues she'll join again.
Okay.
Yeah, she has joined, ma'am.
Okay, Jennifer.
Is my voice audible now? Hello, can you hear me now?
Sharmina, ma'am, can you pin the screen, ma'am? Not able to see her.
Ma'am, I pinned, ma'am. I my harvest forms.
Yes, ma'am. My Harvest Farms.
She just now left the meet, ma'am.
Yeah, her video is available. No, not audible. No, no. Yeah, we can see you, but not able to hear you. Sharmila ma'am, kindly accept the invite, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dear participants, I kindly request all you to bear with us. The speaker is having a technical glitch and she will join with us soon.
Hi, can you all hear me now? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Really sorry. I just share presentation from another account, but I will speak from this. Sorry for the delay, friends. So, thanks, dear teachers. It always feels happy to be a part of a women group. And thanks, Jennifer, for following up with me sincerely all this while. Uh, to me, I always believe there are big changes that are possible when we all get together. And innovation is just a different form of making it bigger and better. Okay, so today I am a farmer, I am an entrepreneur, and I am happy doing what I do. And it's been a journey. It's not just like we decided the day before yesterday, and yesterday we planned, and today we executed, but it's been a journey of more than 10 years. And that is what I wanted to talk to you today about. So, before I start, uh, how many of you have grown a plant in your house and eaten what you grow? Like you had a tomato. In the chat, if you can quickly say yes or no, I'll get an understanding. I'll talk about it as well. So I started from a terrace garden to become a farmer. So I'm trying to understand if any of you have the experience of growing something in your house. Have you grown a tomato or any plant and eaten what you have grown? You can even mention what you grew. Just to understand. Wow, there are so many yeses. Good. A lot of you are saying yes. So for me, like the same thing happened in 2000, I think 2014, we had our first terrace garden. But after that, I realized how difficult it is to produce food. Okay, I stopped wasting food. So life changed after we had an experience of growing my own food, and that's when the engineer inside me and the person who loved biology in school connected together and then said, let's do something different because farmers uh, have the land, they are working so hard, but why are they always struggling? So I went on a journey, I traveled across the country, I met a lot of farmers, and finally realized that it's important for us to support farming. If not today, the future will be suffering hugely. Today, we have a lot of health consequences. Like people, it's very sad that the previous generation is seeing the death of the current generation. Before they, usually old people die, right? But today, more old people are seeing young people die in front of their eyes. And the diseases' names are so complicated. The pandemic just made it even worse. And I don't want this to be a scary world for all of us. We're all working hard, we're all having happy lives. But finally, the sad part is we all work for food, and the food is having a lot of chemicals. Do you all know that food has chemicals in it? And before I start with my actual presentation of embracing change through innovation, there is a lot of things which we have lost. Okay, today I see a lot of my friends saying I don't eat rice. But before I start, I want to ask you one more question. You can even use Google. You can ask your family members because this is online. Tell me how many varieties of rice do we have in India? How many total varieties of rice we have in India? Enter the number and let's see. I'll send you a special gift to whoever says the right answer. You can 10, Sneha Priya. Okay, any other answer? Any other answer? Please give a number. 40,000 varieties. Wow. There's more. Mahalakshmi ma'am, there is more varieties. More than 45K, there are more varieties. Keep typing. Till we get the right answer, let's keep typing. No. Yeah, Amrita Vashni, you are right. It's 1,10,000 varieties. As per records, it is 1,10,000 varieties, but actually there are more than 2 lakh varieties in India. The first time I saw this was like, I read this was some 7, 8 years ago, and I was shocked. Do you believe this? Is this something you learned today from me? 1,10,000 varieties of rice, like Mapla Samba, Karpu Kavni, there is black rice, there is a lot of red rice, and more than Tamil Nadu alone has more than 20,000 varieties. Okay, but today my idea was not to teach you farming, but I want to tell you that farming. So I want to tell you that farming can be changed. So farming can also be changed. We always look at farming as something which is going to be a power industry, right? We always see farmers as a sad face. We always see farmers as people who are struggling. But really, a lot of change is needed. More educated people have to come to farming, and that is something that I want to talk to you today. Because embracing change means changing for the better. And if we don't see change in an industry for a long time, then that's going to get stagnated. And that is what has happened with farming today. Okay, so I'll quickly share a presentation instead of you looking at my face alone. Just give me a minute. Can you all see this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is visible, ma'am.
Okay. Is the slide changing? No, right? Slides are not changing.
No, ma'am.
I change the slides.
Yes, now it's changing.
Changing, right?
Yes.
For me, it's not showing. Let's keep it like this time. So this is what we started. Okay, for me, my idea. I was working as the marketing head of naturals. So me and my husband, we decided to do farming. So we moved from city to a village which is 40 kilometers from Chennai in Tiruvallur district, and we started growing vegetables and greens. And slowly, we also wanted to live a life which is sustainable. So we like non-veg. So we also was growing chicken for eggs and meat. So slowly we started working more closely with nature, and then after becoming a farmer, we find the challenges of selling what we grow. And we do all the hard work, and it was very difficult to even earn 10,000 rupees a month. Okay. After that experience of growing and then selling to some organic shops and then getting feedback, and finally we realized we need a system. There are so many problems. Problems for customers is today everybody says organic. How will you trust what is organic? Problem for other families is my child has this problem, but I'm not able to get quality food. Like the kira which they buy for their babies, they can smell it. They know that it's sprayed with chemicals. Grapes are the worst. Kira and grapes are the worst sprayed. And today, a lot of health challenges are coming. So that's the problem with people. But for the farmers, the challenge is the rain is not correct. People are difficult to find. And more on top of that, after all the hard work, right price is not what we get. So they take my brinjals for 2 rupees and sell it to you at 45 rupees. Right? So there are so many challenges. So we wanted to solve all of this by two ways. One, making farmers earn better and live better, and then making sure you get quality food. And quality food, I mean by saying safe organic food. Okay. So we built a system today, and that is a community. So I don't want somebody to buy from farmers and sell it to you. It's not trading. We wanted to make sure you know who is the farmer growing your food. Like my customers know the eggs that they eat are coming from a farmer called Elimale or Surya. So I will be telling you where the food comes from. We don't stock anything and all of that. So we are building a community of people, and you can visit the farm. The farmer can see you also. So it's a community and online platform. It's called My Harvest Farms. You can see us on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere. But my idea is to talk about this idea and tell you how innovation and change has happened. Okay. How many of you have heard of us before? Say yes or no. Do you know about us before? Okay. So the first change we tried to bring was generally when you go to a shop and buy something, you will just go pick a vegetable and say, "Anna, kal kilo, ara kilo," and all of that. And you will buy. You don't know how long the food has traveled. Mostly vegetables travel for like more than 1 week after they are plucked from the plant. Like Washington apples will be like when you buy a Washington apple, it is usually 8 months or 9 months old. When you buy kiwi fruit, that is usually 2 or 3 months old. So always people sell you things which are not closer to you, things which have taken a long time to travel from farm to home. So the idea of My Harvest Farms was make sure we have like a family farmer, somebody who is growing for you and delivering for you. So this is our so these are the four words: Unavu, Uravu, Uravu, and Unarvu. So everything that we do at My Harvest Farms revolves around this. And that is the motto and what is driving what we're doing. Other companies, if you talk, they would say profits, they would say people, they would just say revenue. So that is all there. We also want to be sustainable, but more than revenues, what matters to us is the farmer, the food, the relationships, and the emotions that we build. Okay. And next, this is what we have tried to build. And it's been 4 years exactly. 2018 we started. So far we have delivered to more than 4,000 families, and all these families are not just my friends and family. These are people who have trusted us, and then we have done revenue and we also had investments. But the biggest joy for me and my team is if I'm earning 100 rupees, sorry, if you are paying 100 rupees, 60 rupees is going to the farmer, right? So if I make a business of 1 crore, imagine 60 lakhs is getting paid to a farmer, and that's the beauty of it. So this change I never knew before getting into farming. This change I never knew before getting into entrepreneurship. But today I know that that's possible. And I'm building this a community. So tomorrow, if Archana is not there in the country or in the world, still this system will be operating. So that is what I want to build. Okay, so it was a small idea 6 years ago. This was just a passion 10 years ago. But today, after all the hard work, I see that we are able to make it possible. And thanks, Jennifer, I think you have tried our products before. So the way we offer the service also is a small difference we try to create in the way we do. So, and these are the people who have trusted and they are initial customers. My farmers are all here. Everybody is here. So, any questions? I'll then build on from this. Everything is full of pictures. Anybody has a question, you can unmute and ask me. And then I'll go on. So we could have just become another shop. People would say, you're a farmer, you can just put one shop in an apartment. Why are you not putting up shops? My idea was not to become like another vegetable seller. My idea was to be your family farmer and make sure we reach to a lot of people, because across the world, this chemical-free food is a need. Food is not safe across the world. Okay. So my idea is a global problem, and I want it to be online. Only then I can scale it. I saw a question. I just stopped it. How you started your planning and investment? So first, the idea was I went to people I knew. And I was telling them that I have this idea called so this was 6 years ago. So we've been doing farming. So I went to them, I told them that I have a wonderful idea. If I do this, more than 1,000 farmers will be benefited. We can reach so many families, we can do so much business and all of that. But it took more than 20 to 30 meetings to convince them that I was serious about the idea. And then we did a pilot study. We did just one farm and 18 families. And then we made it work. And then we had 2 people who invested money. So I did all the hard work and these 2 people put in the money. So we got investments from, I'm a first generation entrepreneur and I have no business background. Same as with my partner. So we knew that there are angel investors. Angel investors always invest on the people and their idea. So we went around meeting more than 100 to 120 people, but these people have seen us learn in different forums, and then they believed in us and they invested 15 lakhs. Okay, that 15 lakhs is only the first investment, and then we put a lot of hard work. We didn't have like a big swanky office, but I was living in the farm for 3.5 years. We made sure that the idea worked in spite of all the challenges, and then today we have raised another set of investment from different people, like 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs. Any other question? Any other question? I can take one more question and then go to the presentation. No questions? So we'll reserve it to the last. Okay. So next. So this is exactly where the innovation happened, okay? So always people will have cold storage. So we said, no, we will do a fresh model. And people always advise me saying, Archana, you're doing the wrong thing. Vegetables is difficult to handle. They will get spoiled quickly. You can't do this, you can't do that. So everybody said, don't do. But I was like, if you're eating a food, your plate has majority vegetables. So what if you can't do that right? So we wanted to solve this problem because it was difficult. And that was easy for farmers. Vegetables they can harvest once in 2 days. Like my farmers grow 4 or 5 vegetables in a one farm. So today they will get some money from key. Tomorrow they'll get some money from vegetables like lady's fingers. And in a week's time they'll get pumpkins. So there is different vegetables that will keep coming on different days. So they will also be earning continuously. Instead of growing paddy if they grow, they will sow and they wait for 4 months to harvest. 4 months they will not get any money. And after harvesting, they have to store and then go to a different person and sell the paddy at a different price, whatever they sell for. So it's a different thing. I wanted to change the entire way farming was done. So right from what seed to grow, how to do traditional farming. So we learned it from Namarwar and people who are doing it for many decades. So agriculture is a way of life. I never studied agriculture, but we know it by generations after generations. And it's just about empathy for nature. And so every time I use chemicals, I'm killing earthworms. But here in natural farming, I am encouraging earthworms to be in the farm. Okay. So everything we do changed. So innovation happened at every touch point. And finally, we were able to see that the farmer income doubled. So some of my farmers earn 18,000 to 25,000 a month after growing and selling to our customers. So less intermediaries means more the farmer is able to earn. That's it. So we have today more than 200 products. We have ghee, we have a lot of things which people think are not organically found outside. And these are families that come to the farm. And these are my farmers. Most people are health conscious. They come because they want the kids to eat, and that's the target. So if you are wanting to do a business and you want to innovate, you should not do you should not be like what everybody is doing. You should be unique, right? So you should be targeting people who are also having a need for it. So find out who needs your product, find out who needs what you are doing, and go to them. Go to them in a way they want it. So this left picture is usually how a farmer will look for you. Like tatas ta farming pannitruvan. But if you look at the right picture, these are my farmers. Okay, my farmers are all young. They're 26, 27-year-old, and they also had degrees, but they all want to revive their own village. They want to change. Each of them wants to be change makers. And that also I see as embracing change because for them it's a fight today. But if they don't fight today, tomorrow their village would completely become factories or go downs, and there'll be nothing. Natural resources is completely going to be spoiled. So we are all almost like on a fight to regain our nature and land. Also, generally people say innovation is technology. In agriculture alone, there are so many ways we can bring in technology. All these things that we can look at analytics, we can look at traceability, we can work on quality control. There is IoT, there is so many that we can bring. But today, my first problem is for the farmer to grow, to earn a good price, and then ensure soil fertility is good. So once that is done, I will work on other technologies. This is what my company is doing. So we have people visiting the farm, they learn from the farmer, and also they understand how we use our organic. That's it. So there's so many competition. If you don't have a competition, then there's no use in doing a business, right? So everybody will innovate, everybody will have competition, but you have to innovate and show that no, I have a separate, unique thing in mind. So I'm actually teaching you business because we will call unique selling proposition, right? The best thing that happened to Pepsi was cola. If not, so if you remember Mirinda, you will remember Fanta. If you remember a brand, you should always remember a competitor, and they will both compete with each other so that you get better service. So we have competition, but we are definitely working to be the best for you. So to give you a ending slide, my the way I have embraced change and have innovated is உலக தொலைக்காட்சிகளில் முதன்முறையாக டிவியில பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. For the first time ever, we are able to make sure a farmer knows who is eating what they grow and a consumer knows who is growing their food. So this relationship is something that I think was very much needed to revive farming, and I've been doing it. Okay, so farmer and consumer relationships. And next, so many families, all of these are young people who come and support us. And we also have children coming over. When they come, they pluck, they do all the work. For them, many of them have not even seen villages. But here, when they come, they see, Uncle, how are you standing in the sun for so long? They find out that they see seeds of different vegetables and they get excited. So I want to make sure it's an experience. Farming is not just about food eating. It is also about understanding the process of how food is grown. And lockdown has been kind in us. We were able to sustain because we were essential services. We doubled our revenues. We had so many people joining us, and all these people are the people who are at my harvest farms. So all these youngsters are the one who are powering what we're doing. So I'm just talking as a representative of them. So thanks for patiently listening. Together, let's all build a better world. Because I'm talking to you, believing you will also help us get this change faster. And together, when you're buying organic food, you're encouraging the farmer to go organic. And because of that, the air and water and land is preserved. And together, we're all building a better planet. So what you eat is definitely changing the world for the better. And thus, I am confident telling you because I'm a farmer. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jennifer, for the opportunity. Thanks, Anna, Adarsh, for the opportunity. I'll take questions from here.
Ma'am, can I ask you one question?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah. What support did you get right from the moment you conceived this idea? And especially people at home, people around you, what kind of support did you get? And what kind of financial support did you get? Because as an entrepreneur, we need to know, and how confident were you in the beginning?
Uh, First, I will answer the support I had, but before, what support do we need? Because I want to hear from women, what support do we need? Suppose we all have an idea. What is the support we are expecting? Other than us, what are the support we are expecting?
People should trust us, ma'am.
What is,
That's
yeah,
all.
what,
Yeah.
yeah, first people should
That
trust us.
especially
Uh,
people at home should trust us. Trust
Absolutely.
what? Yes, that's very important. I feel that that's very important.
Yeah, good point,
Once we
ma'am.
get that support, we can easily get support from people around us.
Yeah, sure, that's right, ma'am. I'll add upon trust. What other support do we need? One is we should need people to trust. What other support do we need? I want all of you to think. If all of you have a wonderful idea, what is stopping us, or what are the things we need? Trust. What else? You can unmute and talk. All you wonderful women, tell us. We need financial support. We then need support to go out, meet people, do what we want without anybody judging us. So there are so many things. We also need emotional support. Today, mental health is very important. So we also need emotional support. So when you're down with something and people don't understand, they ask you, why are you doing this? So people always have opinions, right? So for me, one thankfully is my husband is my partner in business. So we know we are taking a risk and we have been doing the risk together. So customer, customer, we can do it together. But as a woman, it is always difficult to present our idea. So for me, I confidently present my idea. But sometimes people think, why is she doing it? She even serious about it. They think it's a hobby. I'm doing it full time. I'm thinking about it for more than 16 hours a day. But people don't take me as seriously as a male. And sometimes that is a pain. So, like ma'am said, your family should trust that you are working on an idea which is going to be a change. And if they support, then the difference is like the Dawn movie and everything, right? So you have to make people believe that you are sincere. And once results are coming, people will then everybody say, hey, yes, I know her, I know her, I know her. So everybody will come at the last minute and then say, because of me, only she did this, she did that, all that. But you should never. So if I have to be very blunt about it, I go about telling people you have to be shameless if you want to be an entrepreneur. சொரணையே இருக்கக்கூடாது. People will tell everything in front of you. Listen, absorb, take what you want, but don't get influenced by it or don't react. You just have to listen, take it as perspectives, do what your heart says is right for you, and then own your decision. Whatever decision you take, you have to own it. That's all. Trust and other things will come. Money will be a problem, but money today, banks and so many of them are willing to support women entrepreneurs. So if you have a wonderful idea, if you have a business plan, you can always go present and tell people it is possible. I need only this much money. Invest this money, I will give you this much outcome, and then invest more. So money is getting solved nowadays. It's all about emotional health because it's not easy to run a business, not easy to hire a team, not easy to. So every day we wake up with different problems. We go late night to sleep wondering what is going to happen tomorrow. But everybody has problems. So it's only mental strength that is going to help you succeed. And thankfully, I am building a support system. You need a support system. Like if my mother is going to expect me to keep my house neat and clean and cook 3 meals a day and also be a good entrepreneur, then I will be failing both. Today, I said I'll do what I do. And I explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. So she accepts it. So that's the same. I don't go to all my family functions, and my in laws understand it. I explain why I can't make it, and I've been transparent about it. I openly ask for help. That is also there. We always feel afraid, right? So if I need something, you should ask. Only when you ask, you will get it. So that is also another thing that is helped. Thank you for asking the question.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very nice of you.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you please share with us some problems what you faced in the business, ma'am?
Actually, in the business, there are so many problems. Even like you, if you want to, you can't do everything in the business, right? You have to delegate. So there are so many. My to-do list always will not finish in one page. I always have like 30 to 40 things to do, but I can't do it. So we will need a team. So hiring a team is difficult. Some people you will hire, you will train, and then they will give the company. Some people you will hire, you will want something, but they never do that. But you know that you need people around. So team is difficult. Also, there are times when we have not taken salaries for 4 to 5 months. But outside world, you have to keep running. Sometimes you have to. So for me, my farm, we had fire accident at around 2 o'clock in the night. My entire farm, everything was burnt off. We lost more than 4 lakhs. But more than 4 lakhs for me, it was loss of effort and effort. In 1 month's time, I put up a crowdfunding campaign in Milap. It's an online platform. I was able to raise money in 3 weeks. I raised 3.5 lakhs, and in 3 weeks, we rebuilt the entire experience. So challenges will come in different forms. They அடிச்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கும் எல்லா பக்கமும் தோசம் பண்ணிடும் அண்ட் ரிஸ்க் ரஸ்க் மாதிரி சாப்பிடணும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா வடிவேல் ஸ்டைலில் ஸோ தட்ஸ் எக்ஸாக்ட்லி what will happen. So challenges we will plant 500 trees in our farm and come in 2 months the rains will come and push everything down and go. The challenges have been in multiple forms, but every challenge is what that experience is. So we are being in that process has taught us different things. It has given us different perspectives. Staying together and it's a learning. So for us, I would say it is more like a practical MBA or a practical experience. But more than our previous generation, our generation is blessed. We have a lot more technology. We have a lot more open society to listen to us. So challenges are plenty, not just money. Money was also a challenge. Someone has asked about price of my products, right? So my harvest products are not the same. We can't price it as ordinary shop because the Coimbatore market, they would have gone to a farmer and taken the vegetables for 2 rupees. But I don't want my farmer to suffer. I know my farmer spent 15 rupees to grow it. So I will not sell at 2 rupees or 3 rupees. So our prices are higher than Coimbatore, but if you look at any organic shop, we are on same or below. So I call it fair pricing. Fair pricing for the farmer and fair pricing for the consumer. So you're not paying money for the wrong reason. It's not expensive. It is actually the right price we should be paying. Any other question?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
When we come to farming, water is the main we need during the farm. Do you face any water scarcity or water problems where you have your farms? And how was it before when you started it?
So for us, some of our farms have water problems, but for me, when I first started, we started in Tiruvallur. Tiruvallur is rich in water. So Chennai's metro water, most water comes from Tiruvallur district. So in a year of 12 months, at least 8 months, we have proper water. And we plan our crops based on that. So crops like sugarcane, paddy take a lot of water. But native crops, if you use native Paramari Arasi, Pungar, Tuyamali, if you grow these varieties, they would not take a lot of water. So we do multi-cropping and we do farm management to save water, right? So we use drip irrigation. So we plan water and we have not had crop failures because of water so far. But excess water has been a problem. And at the Dindivanam farm, for 2 years, the water stagnation was there for more than a month. And that is because the rain was coming when it is not supposed to come. Okay, we feel happy when it rains. We say Ilayaraja song, coffee, all of this. But actually, for a farmer, all my plants were just flowering. Will the flowers fall off in this rain? Like this year, mango was worst. If a farmer was growing 25 kgs of mangoes, this year they hardly grew 5 kgs because when the trees had flowers, it rained. And all the flowers which are supposed to become manga and mambalam, fell off. That's all. You have to wait for the next season. So for us, rains have been a problem, but not having water has not been much of a problem. We were able to plan it ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ma'am, I have one more questions to ask, ma'am. How you started selling, ma'am? Because as you said, there are a lot of organic products. How you entered? Because you had definitely had a market entry or barrier because it's a very new concept when you bought all the farmers together. So how you?
Thanks for asking. The most difficult part is selling. And for me, we have to prove that what we're doing is right. So first we went slow. So 2018, we started with just one farm, and I went around talking about this concept, and then we had every family trusting me and paying 3,000 rupees a month. And we had about 18 families. We asked feedback. We then asked them to refer. Some media tried to write some articles for us, and then I went around to many apartments in person. The first 300 families we delivered, I used to go house to house. When I deliver, I used to ask feedback. And then I used to write a letter. For the first delivery, we used to have a handwritten letter saying this vegetable is organic, this is how we have plucked it, any feedback, let me know. And I used to handle the company phone. So it was a lot of experience of learning from the customers, making mistakes. If you search sorry on my phone, I would have said so much sorry in my life after becoming an entrepreneur. So all these learnings have helped us from one customer grow to another customer. Then they will refer, then they will say, come to my office, can you do a workshop for us? And then more families will want to buy. So I've done workshops. And then we've also been posting regularly on social media. So people who are here, if you want to support, the least you can do is share about us on social media also. So Instagram and Facebook, My Harvest Farms is what we are. And if you want to be connected to me, Archana Stalin is my name on social media. Okay, so you can either follow My Harvest Farms or Archana Stalin, and then you can regularly hear a lot more about what we're doing. I share almost everything that happens in our farms. Like from every poochie that we see in the farm to harvest, we keep sharing on our social media. So people look at that and then they want to also say, I want to visit the farm or I want to buy from you. I've been searching for, some people are not able to get Vallare Kira in Chennai. Getting Murunga Kira is a challenge. Some people are saying, I have this problem, can you get me this herb? So we also deliver some herbs. So, getting Sundaka is a problem. Naval Palam is a problem. In the future, in 10 years from now, a lot of the common things will not be available. This year we also delivered Nungal. So there are some customers who come for Nungal, some customers will come for mangoes. So like that we keep adding families, and then we build a team today.
Thank you, ma'am. I believe our students will take all these inputs when they start their own business. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ma'am, I have one more question.
Yes.
Are you giving any training for the budding farmers, ma'am?
I've been doing some online workshops. Otherwise, you can always come over to the farm and see for yourself because you learn by seeing and doing. Okay, so I do online workshops. I'll let you know if I'm doing it in the future. It's more like a basic introduction to farming.
Okay, thank
Sharing
you,
my
ma'am.
experience, basically.
Oh, ma'am, it was a wonderful session, ma'am. This is Prema here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have one, not a question, but can just help our students with, how, what qualities can help them to be watchful and, see, not all of us have the same resources around us. So how can they be a little more resourceful and what qualities should they improve on to become innovator
Innovation, the
also?
best quality you need is persistence. We need resilience. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the biggest thing I've learned is we need persistence and resilience. எவ்வளவு அடிச்சாலும் தாங்கணும். Okay, so most of us fail, and then celebrating failure is difficult in India. So if you are having an idea, it will take its own time to show results. So if you have if anything goes wrong, you should understand why, and then try it in a different form. If you're doing it same results only will come. So my suggestion is sometimes the idea may not be also right, but unless you're convinced your idea is wrong, keep going, trying different options. And finally, most startups, one first 3 years is just testing phase. Only after 3 years you will start growing. So you need patience to run the company for 3 years. So my confidence is also higher today after 3 years of operations. Before that, I would be like, I'm trying this, I'm trying this, I'm trying that. So go out and shamelessly keep telling about your idea to everybody you see. They will all keep commenting something, and you need that feedback. So you should be open about your idea, open to learn, open to grow. Because if you have to, like I did only BE, but after that I have signed up for different courses. And all these courses are things either in farming or either in business or either in marketing. Things I want to learn, I've been learning. So you should be a continuous learner to be a success.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, there's one more question from another participant. They are
Yes, good
into
afternoon.
organic farming already. Is it possible that they can contact you, ma'am?
If they're doing organic farming, yes. Otherwise, we can speak and understand how we can work
They
on
are
it.
already into organic farming and they just want to know if they can.
You can reach out to me on Instagram. And
Sure, sure.
I
Thank you
can share
so
my
much,
number.
ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. This is Saranya from corporate.
Yeah.
Yes. What kind of support an entrepreneur like you can get from the government, ma'am?
So we have not worked closely with the government yet, but I've gone to a lot of the government startup programs and learned from experts. So for me, meeting Hudson Agro founder Chandra Mugat sir or Kavin K. Ranganathan and all of these learning startup entrepreneurship programs by the government have been super helpful.
Oh, thank you.
And government also has funds allocated for women entrepreneurs. Initial days, we were not clear how to apply, but now there is a specific TANSIN, Tamil Nadu Startup Innovation Mission. So there are people working to approve ideas. So they keep calling up for submissions, pitch competitions. Students and anybody can apply to that. So you can always get funds and grants also. I have not got it, but I think you can always do it. Oh yeah, Madhumati, we can definitely speak.
Hi, thank you so much for accepting and coming and sharing your experience. My one question is there are certain things that you should not do when you are into business and when you are into an entrepreneur. So, can you just share a few things that people should be cautious and don't do these things?
Uh, okay, first, because you also asked a marketing question, first, if you have an idea, talk to your family, talk to your friends, but also talk to people who don't know you. Because most people who know you will just tell nice things to you. Okay, because they are, it's Archana, Sona Kashtapaduvan, so they'll say, yeah, this idea is great, this is wonderful, this is that, let's do this. But they'll not give true feedback. If you really want true feedback for your idea, you should be talking to people who who are new to you and who are the right audience. For example, if you are making a handmade soap, okay, you have handmade soap in like 5 variants. If you go to your family members and say, everybody will say, "Ah, soap is nice." But if you give it to people who are outside your circle and you find a new customer for yours, then they will tell you, "Ah, this fragrance is nice. This price is seem expensive, but then the soap is nice." It's not a come. So they'll start giving you feedback, which will help you improve on your product. But if you just sell it to your family and friends and say, I have 100 customers, I have 200 customers, you will not be able to grow. So that's number one. Number two, uh, you need a lot of gut intuition. Okay, sometimes your intuition is stronger than any logic. So you have to follow your intuition and say, I'll take this risk. And then when it fails, you should take it as I decided I have to accept it. So take calculated risk and also take risk based on intuition. Third, don't blindly do what everybody does. Following the crowd will only make you part of the crowd. So don't, because everybody says this idea is good. So don't just uh, be influenced by everybody, but learn from everybody. That's all.
12:30 வரைக்கும் போகணுமா?
Ma'am, I have one more question.
Yes.
How do you bounce back after facing a great challenge or a disappointment?
That is, I think, again, entrepreneurs, it's an individual approach to life. So I've had my very worst downfalls. If it's a small one, listening to a Yuvan Shankar Raja song itself is enough. Sometimes sleeping and getting up in the morning can help you give soothes down a little. Sometimes taking a break and traveling will help you think better. And many a times, just calling the team, uh, opening up, saying we are sorry or it went wrong, opening up together, and then finding a way out is also happening. And sometimes we just have to accept it. Like the farm accident, I was going at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was just taking pictures and videos when it was all in ashes. People would have thought, Archana, I photo எடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. But actually that helped in the crowdfunding campaign. And then it was empathy. And then we lost one of our farmers 3 weeks ago. He it was he's our very closest farmer, but he passed away at 29, and it was a tough decision. So everything we do is very unique. But such challenges do come. You have to just prepare, move on. It takes time. Time is a killer for some, but for many other times, having a team helps. Not everybody will be at your same one. You should have like somebody who will bounce back and help you bounce back. So having a set of friends who you can confide, having a mentor who we can go and ask for help, having a family who just listens to you without any bias helps. So bouncing back, sometimes it's just music. For me, I just take my bike, I listen to Evan Shankar Raja or A.R. Rahman and ride for long. I come back fresh. For my husband, sometimes it's just a small biryani. But for many times, it is like a team. We celebrate and we work one whole day. We do different meetings to understand why it went wrong. So it's just any normal way of solving, but accepting sometimes helps us. Acknowledging that there's a problem will help us move forward.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more questions?
How to keep soil healthy and how you control pests. Another thing. So soil health is the number one motive of natural farming. So when we start farming itself, before we start farming, we will make sure the land is given cow dung, and we make sure we have a lot of dry leaves. We create manure. We plan the farm such that there is intercropping. So we plan everything to make sure soil is healthy. There's microbes. We use vermicompost. We also dig pits for converting waste to manure. So everything is done at the farm primarily to do soil health improvement. But after that, we will also be doing things like for pests, we have yellow flowers planted around the farm, and then we use neem oil. We also use patti ele kashayam, which is leaf which is bitter, leaf which has milk, and leaves which are high fragrant. So we make all these farm fertilizers and pest repellents at our farm. We don't buy bottles. So all this is traditional knowledge which is locally available or with people like Namala who have documented it. So we keep following traditional practices, and its farming is like parenting. சொல்லிக் கொடுக்க முடியாது இப்படிதான் parenting பண்ணணும். Your child will be reacting differently, and according to your child, you will change your style of parenting. So according to your plants, you have to adopt your style of farming. So we every day we can't take one day off. I can't give work from home to farmers. So a lot of things are different the way we operate, but we have to focus more on soil health and making sure our farm has pest, because pest is good. Chemical farming says pest is bad, but actually pest is good. Only if pest is there, pollination will happen. Only if pest is there, there will be a biodiversity around. Otherwise, if I have rats, I will be using chemicals to kill the rats, and the rats will then kill the eagles, and everything will kill my plants. So, no, we believe in pests, but we make sure pests are not eating our plants. That's it.
One more question. Uh, Actually, we find so many agricultural products, and many of them say they are organic, and the other products as well. We do have. how do we distinguish? How do we know as a consumer? Okay, how do we know that these are really organic products?
Uh, I will answer this from customers of my harvest farms because by looking at it, nobody can tell which is organic, right? People think vegetables which are not looking good or vegetables which are different in size, in uneven are all organic. No, no, organic has both. We also have shiny vegetables. We also have vegetables which are not having any holes. So we have both. So naturally இருக்கிறது பார்த்து you can't identify. But you can ask questions of where, how did they grow, where it comes from, who grew it, and then you can also cook it and then find the difference. So customers today tell us, when I cook this tasted like how I used to eat it in my village. So the porlanga delivered by us, they would simply call me the ஊர்ல சாப்பிட்ட காய் மாதிரி இருந்தது. That's the simplest feedback. And then when they cook again, they also say this has a lot of water. I added less water. The vegetable itself had water. But today, what I find in the market doesn't have it. And my friends tell me the when they got parupu kira or any kira from the shop for the babies, they could smell it. But the kira, the taste, because our kira is plucked on the same day and delivered to you on the same day. So they definitely say the taste is different. So I would say it's the smell, the taste, and how the vegetable is actually. So you can't say it by the look of it.
Thank you.
Like, any other question?
There's one more question, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, and we all know that land is a very important resources for doing the farming business.
Yeah.
Apart from that, what are the other resources we need to do a better farming business?
This is general science, okay? We only need land, we need
Yes.
air, and we need water. There is a lot of sunlight that's needed too, because vegetables need photosynthesis. These are the
And,
four
and
things.
these are all the natural resources. What are the other part of the thing what we have to enhance and do to have a
There's
better
nothing to
farming?
enhance this, only about preservation.
Okay.
Okay, now in the chat window, I'll ask. Okay, one more question. Sorry.
I have a question now. You have a team of farmers, or will you collaborate with the farmers from different areas?
So we have farmers on one side producing for us. We also have a team in the city who help in packing, growing, talking to customers, and all of that. So we have a mixed team. So we are a platform, right? So there are people traveling to meet farmers. Like I today, 6 of my team members are out in Chengalpat district meeting farmers. Like that, we keep traveling and we meet farmers.
Okay. Ma'am, how can we reach your farm, ma'am?
Sorry, how can you?
How can we reach your farmer to look at the cultivation farm?
Okay, just give us a call and we'll share the location and contact. So I've shared my number in the group, or you can just follow us on Instagram and message. We will respond.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So remember My Harvest Farms. That's the brand. So if you've all seen Mupatar Vaidele movie, what is the message in the movie? What is the message in the movie Mupatar Vaidele if you have seen it?
We need to be self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient. Okay. What are the messages?
Women entrepreneurs, they need to come up.
Yeah. What other message? There's one line which is very powerful out of that movie.
Everyone should stay healthy and get good quality of products.
Yes, that's there. But there's one more line, powerful line in that movie. That was that I. If I have to give you even more clues, two friends will talk to each other, and then that line should mention that. Anybody? Any guesses? No. So, to go
Ma'am, should
beyond
I?
this, sorry.
When we are the answer. They keep asking us the questions. When we become the question, nobody has the answers.
Wow, this is a powerful one too. But uh, this is a good one. And there'll also be another one saying what there are what a girl should do. There are 10 points what a girl should do and 100 points what a girl should not do. And then I was expecting the thing I was expecting is your dream is your signature. Do you all remember this line? Your dream is your signature. That is the title of the movie, and then it will come in the movie as well. So, if, as we grow up, we always be like, I am this one's daughter, I'm this one's wife, and this one's this and this and all of that. No. Your dream, I want to be this, I want to make this. Your dream is your signature. People should remember you for your dream and not for the people who you marry or the people who you live for. So, for me, my dream today is my harvest farms. So, when people talk to me and then they want to save my number, they say, where is Archana, my harvest farms? So, that's why that's a brand, right? So that's my dream. So people today are working around to fulfill that dream. And if it is only going to be my dream, it will die with me. It has to be a collective dream. It has to be a dream that people believe in. It has to be a dream that people think is necessary, right? So we should make sure everybody believes in your dream. Sadhguru was going around the whole world saying, save soil. It's a common dream, right? Somebody has to just be the face of it. So today, everybody says, I will do this, I will do that. Unless it is a common dream, you will not participate. Hope the session was useful to you.
Yes, ma'am.
You can always share feedback, and I look forward to sharing all that we know. I'm transparent. My life is an open book as well. So, any help, if you have an idea, you want to talk to somebody who's not going to judge you, you can always feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to help because the world needs more women leaders, not just entrepreneurs. Okay, so today if I go anywhere and ask for examples of role models, we have all male names, very few female names. Any writers, any sports person, anything that we talk about today, if you ask for people, they always don't have enough female names. And that's not today, it was a problem of the past. But today, we have all of us are so talented, right? So I wish the people I'm talking to today, you all become the role model for your children, for your family, for your neighbors. So definitely, please be an inspiration to a lot around. All the best. Thanks for the opportunity once again.
Thank you, ma'am. And we are really grateful for your speech, thoughts, and experience you have shared with us. And I'm really impressed with your vision, ma'am. That is Unavu, Uravu, Uravu, and Unarvu. And you are providing more than 200 products and you are direct contact with 130 farmers. And you're motivating the people like me who have a thought to do farming but don't have answer for all the questions in our mind. And today you are the spark to the youngsters towards nature farming. And we enjoyed your lecture and definitely it is an eye-opening session for the students about the techniques in nature farming. Thank you for your enlightening speech, ma'am. Thank you so much. And one more thing, dear participants, feedback form will be posted in the meet. I kindly request you all to fill the form and e-certificate will be sent to your mail within few days.
Okay,
Thank
before
you
you all
all.
leave, in the chat window, please comment one thing that you learned new today during this last 1 hour or 1.5 hours. What is that one thing you felt was wow? You never knew this or you found this interesting. Just one thing which inspired or which you found useful. Thank you so much.
One thing
Stay in
which I took
touch.
from your session, ma'am, I always admire women who are very strong emotionally, who are financially independent. So today, the inputs which we got through you made us feel very proud, and really it was a very good session. Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So
I'm
hats
happy.
off to you.
Ma'am, girls are posting their views, ma'am.
It's nice to read them. I'm reading it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Varsha Vardhini, she's telling we could get fresh food directly from farm. Samruddha Tangavelu, she's telling farmers, customer, direct relationship. Jonah Preeti is telling building community. So a lot of takeaways. Important of hard work and persistence in life. And the consumers are they know who is farming their product and they know the correct price, fair price. They are getting the correct fair price. So one student is motivated for doing the farming.
Great. I'm so happy.
Thank you, participants. Saying thank you creates love. Now, I request Dr. Varalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Convener, IIC, Anna Adarsh College for Women, to deliver vote of thanks.
Happy afternoon to one and all present here. As a convener of IIC of Anadesh College, I first wish to thank the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell for having given us this opportunity to organize the Impact Lecture series. Thanks a lot. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of the Institution Innovation Council of Anna Adarsh College for Women, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Archana Stalin, social entrepreneur and founder of My Harvest Farm. Thank you, ma'am, for presenting an amazing lecture on the importance of innovation. Your speech gave clarity on innovation methods and their implications. Hope the audience benefited from your lecture as I do. My sincere thanks to our management, Punjab Association, for providing us the platform for such informative initiations. My heartfelt gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. R. Shanti, for her constant support and guidance in the elevation of IIC. Special thanks to our energetic Vice Principal, Dr. Anita Raman, President IIC, Anadesh College for Women, and Dean of Academics. Thanks to the faculty members of IIC and from various departments and student participants for your active listening. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Ms. Charumati, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Shift 2, for hosting the session throughout. Thanks to Ms. Prema Kumari, Assistant Professor, Department of Home Science, Shift 1, for recording the session and for her technical support. My thanks in advance to Ms. Hema, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Shift 2, and Dr. Jennifer, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Shift 2, for having introduced Ms. Archana Stalin to this event. Much thanks to Dr. Shamila, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Shift 1, for all the technical support and certificates. And I kept the best for the last. I thank the Almighty for helping us make this event a grand success. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.